Howdy folks, and welcome back to World of Tanks with the mighty Jingles. I was browsing Quickie Baby's channel the other day, noticed he'd put an E-25 review up, and it reminded me, actually I've got a couple of E-25 games that I've been meaning to upload for a while, and this seemed like as good an excuse as any. I'm platooned up here with Circumflexes, Pointy-Haired Jedi. We're on Muravanka, it's a Tier 7 maximum game. And this thing does get premium matchmaking. Tier 8 games are the worst opponents this thing is ever going to see. We start off rushing into the woods. Circumflexes is kind of unlucky here, and that he runs right into the enemy looks. We kill him, but that means Circumflexes has been spotted. He starts taking some damage straight away. The thing about the E-25 is, aside from the premium matchmaking, the 75mm gun on this thing fires a shot every 3 seconds, and it has an aiming time of 1.5 seconds. Look at this carnage. It just does not stop shooting. Technically it's the same gun as on the Stug 3, Tier 5, but this is a much better version of it. The same damage, the same penetration, but the rate of fire, the accuracy, and the aiming time is off the charts. It's also incredibly quick. It'll do 65 km per hour, and it's a tiny, stealthy target. Just take a look at that bush that Circumflexes is using for cover there. You'd struggle to hide a hamster behind that bush. And him being in that position means we're getting some very aggressive spots on the enemy tanks to the south. And if I could just hit this bloody thing. There we go. More targets up. Ooh, KV-1. Side of a KV-1. Oh, yes please. And a Tiger. Now. Oh, and he's a stock Tiger as well. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. Manages to pull back and get into cover. But the front of his tank is still sticking out. There's an SU-152 over here with us who's having an absolute field day shooting at all the targets that Circon is spotting. Jedi down there as well, keeping an eye on the southern flank. And yeah, we're being capped. This is the risk that you run on Muravanka when so many people go into the forest. Nobody wants to leave the safety of the forest. Right, I need to get under this guy's gun. He fires, he misses. I fire and bounce. I've plenty of support fire, however, and this guy is not quite a one-shot kill. I'll take a hit, but hey, oh, it was a one-shot kill. And then pull back, because he has a little friend with him. Jedi's already rushed around. Unfortunately, Circon's died. So it's just me and Jedi here, but that SU-152, staying in the woods. 8 degrees of gun depression on this thing as well, which is not great, but it's pretty good. KV-1 SE just getting the crap shot out of him. There's another kill. And then, if you're just going to reverse in front of my gun... what would you have done? I mean, they just kept rolling up in front of my gun one at a time. Me and Jedi here were just having a field day. Oh, now, this guy could be... he could give us problems. And I have been spotted, but myself and Jedi were basically firing a shot every 1.5 seconds. He's on fire. And advance. And yeah, wow, talk about kicking ass. T-34-85 there. We're just waiting. That SU-152 stealing all of my kills. Myself and Jenna, and there's literally, it's just move, spot, shoot, kill. Move, spot, shoot, kill. I do like this machine. I really do like this machine. All I'm doing here is advancing from cover to cover and letting other people spot targets for me. We know where they all have to be. They're all down in this corner of the map. And, yep, sure enough. Oh, man. Yeah, and that SU-152 having a fantastic time just shooting at everything. That's, you know, pretty much what I'm doing here. Of course, he only has to hit them once to do a lot of damage. Bingo, there we go, 5 kills. And I sit here waiting, because I know artillery is going to be right there, and I'm sitting here waiting, because I want this Top Gun. And there he is, and I don't have line of fire, and never mind. No Top Gun for you today, Jingles. We'll have to settle for 5 kills. And there you go, that's the result of that game. Not quite good enough for Ace Tanker on this little thing. Oh no. Sorted by XP earned, I came top. Didn't do the most damage, and that's purely because, well, the SU-152 had a great game. 3,363 damage done, and it was a real smash and grab. You know, you had to keep your gun working, you had to keep moving, you had to keep up with the battle, or you were just going to get left behind. SU-152 had a great game, but I got more XP because I got nearly 600 spotting damage there. He only got 100. Circumflexes, even though he only did 394 damage, finished 4th on XP earned, because he got 3,000 spotting damage in this little machine, hiding in that tiny little bush, just outside the fringe of the forest. Hell of a machine. This was quite literally the very next game that we played. We just thought, wow, that was fun, let's do it again. And this time we're on steps. Now this is a very, very fundamentally different map from Muravanka. There's a lot of concealment, a lot of soft cover on Muravanka, which you can totally exploit when you're in a machine like this. On steps, not so much. There is concealment here, but it tends to be very, very obvious. On steps, you have to use the terrain. You have to use the mobility of the machine to keep you alive and keep your gun in the game. And that's what you're going to see. In this replay, everybody thinks of steps as a very flat map, and there certainly are parts of the map that are, like playing on a table. But there are lots of dips and folds in the ground, and the E-25 is a very, very low-profile machine. Now watch how quickly this poor BDR just... He just gets disintegrated. So there's my first kill. You notice Circumflexes is sitting there in the middle of the open field. You can get away with that in this machine in the first few seconds of this match. As soon as enemy tanks make it out of their deployment zone and start heading towards the cap, that spot then becomes dangerous. But it's a very, very low profile machine, it's very stealthy. And at tier 7, not everybody has the view range to spot you. Now this Jagdpanther pops out, he has seen Circumflexes and he's put one shot into him, but the volume of fire going into this guy. Circon's taken one hit, he's got to get out of there now. And I'm certainly not going to spend the rest of the game camping in that one bush. The usefulness of that position is now gone. Mobility time. Put the speed of the E-25 to use. Move up, get into a better firing position, find more targets. This is a good little scouting spot. Again, it's kind of obvious, however. This spot here, popular spot for light tanks here on steps. Of course, the only enemy tank that was in a real position to threaten me in that spot is dead. Unfortunately, the only enemy tank that I was in a position to spot from this spot is dead. So, I'm going to move up. And bingo, targets galore. SU-85, I'll have some of that. Oh, and I've been spotted. Oh, stop, finish him off. Relying on the fact that none of these guys are actually pointing their guns at me to work this KV-1S over. Am I going to get another shot? And I'm spotted again. I've outstayed my welcome, and oh crap, a tiger. He fires and misses. I hit him again on the move. I'm advancing on him here, I am taking some shots, but I'm trying to get under his gun. There is not much in the way of terrain features I can use here, but now I'm safe. Now, Circumflexes is behind me and can very, very quickly, if that tiger tries to come over that ridge and rush me, Circumflexes can very, very quickly swing the tank around, aim, shoot, fire, and help me kill this guy. But the tiger doesn't appear to be interested. Making sure that the tanks behind me don't have line of fire on me, and curious to know where that Churchill went. Okay, the tank over there has just died. Now I can pop up, use this bush, no sign of the tiger, no sign of the Churchill. Alright, that's interesting. Let's check this side. Again, use the bush just to peek through, and there's the tiger. Okay, now he's seen me. I had to come... I mean, 8 degrees of gun depression is alright, but it wasn't good enough to fire at the Tiger from over that ridge. Good news, I found the Churchill. Bad news, there's only 4 of them left. I'm gonna have to get stuck in here if I want to actually, you know, do a significant amount of damage in this game. The Churchill... You know, it's entirely possible this guy was a bot. And there's the Tiger. Tiger fires and bounces. I suspect I have either damaged his ammo rack or killed his loader. Look at the rate of fire. The return fire from the Tiger is so incredibly slow. He's fired at me twice, he's only hit me once. Well, he's hit me twice, but he's only penetrated once. He's bounced again. Got to get out of there. I mean, I don't want to be going face to face against the Tiger. Damaged ammo rack, dead loader or not. Instead, I'm going to ram this Churchill. Because there are plenty of tanks rushing over there to finish off the Tiger, and he doesn't have a lot of health left. Meanwhile, behind me, there are tanks that do have a lot of health left. So, and this thing is quick. Did I mention 65 kilometers per hour? Over here is where the money is. VK comes out, sees a Panther M10, thinks, well, I can do some damage to this guy. Yeah, you didn't expect to see me as well, though, did you, pal? And to add insult to injury, took his ammo rack. And all they have left now is the IS. And at this point, I'm just after bonus damage. I think I've done my job. It'd be nice to get the kill, though. Go for that Top Gun. And I've got his back. I've come up round behind him. I'm going to shoot his engine. I'm going to set him on fire. He's going to burn, and then somebody else is going to kill him. No Top Gun for you today, Jingles, but 10 kills in 2 games. I can't really complain. Yeah, that'll do. That one was alright. But the Ace Tanker badge still eludes me in this little machine. Again, that was only good enough for first class, and that's a mark of just how well people are doing in a machine. How hard it is to get that Ace Tanker badge. I did 3,500 damage in this match. It's still not good enough. It's 1,246 base experience. I suspect that you're probably going to have to rack up 4,000 damage, get maybe 1,400 base experience in this thing. Possibly in a tier 8 game. Bearing in mind that a tier 8 match is the highest kind of matchmaking that this thing is ever going to get. You can get this thing into a tier 8 match, stay hidden, and do the majority of your damage to tier 8 machines. That's probably the only way I am going to see my Ace Mastery badge in this little machine, but it's a hell of a lot of fun getting there. I really do like this tank. It's an immense amount of fun. 6,700 gold this thing's going to cost you. Obviously it's a premium machine, you have to fork out real money for it. But I do recommend it. It is immense fun. As always, folks, take care on that battlefield, and I'll catch you next time.